Good evening, Trojan fans, and welcome to tonight's broadcast. We've got a great game for you tonight between your Gordon Lee Trojans and the Armuchee Indians. Gordon Lee comes in with a record of 2-1. A big win last week against the Heritage Generals for the Trojans, won 38-28. And Armuchee comes in with a record of 3-0. That solid record is good. However, the combined record of their three opponents is currently 0-11. So not sure they've faced any adversity just yet. So hopefully the Trojans can give them a little bit of that tonight. Before we get into the football talk, I'd like to thank our sponsors. A couple of sponsors really helped us out. They make us allow us to get the equipment we need for these broadcasts. So first I want to thank Beth Price with Keller Williams Realty. She is your local hometown real estate agent. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, give Beth Price a call. Also, would like to thank the Payne Mortgage Team with Summit Funding. They're also a sponsor for us. Any mortgage needs that you have, reach out to the Payne Mortgage Team. That's for mortgages and for refinances. And now we've got our captains coming out tonight. Looks like we've got number 32, Dalton Russell. Number 59, that's Levi Gentry if I'm not mistaken. Number 34, Harrison Walker. And number 57, Jonah Davenport. As you'll see at every home game, the Trojan band is lined up in that traditional L that our Trojans will run through as soon as the coin flip is done. Looks like the captains for Armuchee are number 3, number 68, number 65, and number 9. Clock's down to about 3 minutes before the start of the game, and the captains are headed out.
Number 68, Andre Neal. Number 65, Gabe Blackburn. Number 9, Blaine Ragland. Number 3, Evan Hayes. For the Trojans, number 59, Levi Gentry. Number 57.
59 is Levi Gentry. My roster cut off. I was pretty sure that's who it was, but has been confirmed by the PA announcer here in the stadium. We are playing on Thursday night this week. Some inclement weather is headed this way from a hurricane. And so both schools decided that playing tonight was the right move. It's extremely windy out here tonight, but no rain as of yet. Officials are chatting it up with both sets of captains, I'm sure talking about clean play. See Armuchee coming out of the locker room now. Have not seen your Trojans come out yet, though. They may be waiting on the captains. Looks like Gordon Lee's won, and we've deferred. So the Trojans will actually be kicking with the wind here in the first quarter, and Armuchee will be kicking into the wind. Surprised they chose that, but they may be thinking about later on in the game. If it's a tight game, giving themselves better opportunity at field goals. If you're a Trojan fan, you hope that they don't have any field goals or extra points tonight. Our captains are headed back now, join up with their teammates. Again, the Trojans are now coming through that arch. And we're about to get this fan base fired up. The crowd's still good tonight, though not nearly as packed as it was last week. We had a full stadium last week. Excellent weather. There is rain incoming, so a lot of folks probably staying at home to stay dry. If you are at home, hopefully you've got an opportunity to watch the broadcast, and we're glad to have you.
Trojan fans, get on your feet. Let's welcome to Bill Gordon.
Fans are now on their feet, and here come your Gordon Lee Trojans through that L. They're following the cheerleaders who are bringing the flags. Got a Gordon Lee flag, a couple Trojan flags, as well as the American flag. And the Trojans are through the L and ready to get this thing kicked off. Clock currently says 10 seconds until game time. Armuchee still hasn't run through their sign. Here they come. They've got probably about 100 fans across the way. Again, the weather probably kept everybody but parents from coming, so small fan base over there. Trojans are getting their kickoff team together here. At the bottom of your screen, getting ready to go. Did talk to a couple of the coaches before the game this week, just trying to get some information on Armuchee. They don't have any stats on max preps, and really was told they don't have much of an identity offensively. A lot of different formations and setups, but it sounds like number 9, who looks like he's going back to return as the quarterback, and one of the people we'll need to really keep an eye on this week. Music's playing in the stadium. Folks seem to be hyped up, and we are about to get this thing kicked off. Number 17, Johnson, is ready to kick off. And again, number 9 is the deep back here. With the wind at Johnson's back, I would expect this one to go into the end zone. He boots it, but does not go into the end zone. Actually goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. So that's going to give the Indians really good field position here to start the game out to the 35. Didn't really take advantage there of the wind at our back. Johnson's got the leg to kick that into the end zone. Trojans coming out on defense. Last week, number 8, Bryson Oliver, did an incredible job on Heritage's top receiver. Receiver still got his yards and catches, but we were able to contain him, and that's really what gave the Trojans the opportunity to win. So he's at the top of your screen. Looks like we've got number 17, Johnson, at the bottom of your screen at corner. Ball snapped. Looks like it's going to be a quick run by the quarterback to the outside. He's going to pick up about 4 yards there on the QB keeper. Again, like I said before the first snap, number 9's the one to watch tonight. Looks like that ended up being about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Indians. Looks like we've got Stoker and Gross playing safety. Looks like Vaughn, Russell, and Hurley McAllister at the linebacker positions. And then from a defensive line perspective, I see Harrison Walker, Gabe Daughtry. I'll get you the other 2 in a minute. Here's the snap. It's going to be an option. Knocked down by number 45, Daughtry, and recovered by the Trojans. Trojans take the ball. Great play there by number 45, Daughtry. That was an option up to the top of your screen. Daughtry reached out, knocked it down, and then fell on it. And the Trojans are going to take over 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. That is the kind of start the Trojan defense wanted to have. And again, I don't think Armuchee's seen much adversity this season so far, so hopefully we can put one in the end zone early and start to put some pressure on them. We're going to have twins at the bottom of your screen with Stoker and Norton. Twins at the top, looks like Oliver and Garrison. And it's going to be a handoff to number 9, Gross. Big hole right up the middle. It's going to pick up right at 10 yards. Let's see if they give us the first down here. And they do. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the, I believe, 13-yard line for the Trojans. So nice run there. Trojans are going quick. Same setup. Twins top and bottom. Another handoff to Gross. Really did a nice job of sidestepping 2 tacklers. Armuchee was ready for that play. They had 2 tacklers there. Nice jump cut by Gross. Picked up about 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6. So we're going to have twins at the bottom of your screen with Norton and Stoker, and then Noah Garrison at the top with Gross still in the backfield. Another handoff to Gross, but that's going to be offsides on the defense. The Trojans have done an excellent job with that through the first 3 games and now about 4 minutes. Tons of offsides last week against the Heritage Generals, probably 10 offsides 2 weeks before that against Lafayette. Really like to see the discipline from this offensive line staying in place. So we're now at 2nd down and 2 here from about the 5-yard line. Another handoff to Gross, big run blitz from the outside, and he's going to lose about a yard there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Looks like Gross is going to come out here. Looks like we're going to run in the power back, Lane Vaughn. Vaughn had a great week last week in that power back role. I believe he had about 70 yards rushing to follow up Gross's, I think, 148-yard rushing and 3 touchdowns. So heavy set here with Garrett Ross kind of down low. Vaughn's going to pick up about a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th and about a yard and a half. So we'll see what Coach Gross wants to do here. 4th down. About a yard.
It'll be 4th down and 1 for the Trojans from the 4-yard line.
Trojans are still in a huddle. Looks like Coach Gross is going to risk it right here. It's going to be a QB sneak there all the way down to about the 2.5-yard line. So that should bring up 1st down for the Trojans, but we'll see if they want to call for a measurement after the spot. Couple 1st downs last week. They do call for a 1st down, so that's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for your Trojans. Day, a big, tall, strong quarterback, ran that quarterback keeper a couple times last week, and he just kind of fell forward for 2 or 3 yards. Same thing there. Vaughn stays in the backfield. Norton at the top, Stoker at the bottom. Handoff to Vaughn. He has got a head of steam. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Trojans. That is exactly what Coach Gross wanted to see from his team. They deferred, kicked the ball off. Armuchee runs 2 plays, turns the ball over thanks to a great play by Daughtry. And then the Trojans just march it down the field to 24 yards for a touchdown. And they are an extra point away from taking a 7-0 lead here. Number 17, Bryson Johnson, set for this extra point. Ball held by Braxton Daniel. Kick is up, and kick is good, making it 7-0 Trojans with 9 minutes and 29 seconds left to go here in the 1st quarter. Trojans really couldn't have asked for a better start there. Excited to see what the Trojans do for a follow-up here in the 2nd defensive series. Armuchee had a nice run by their quarterback for about 4 yards on the 1st play. Tried to run an option the 2nd play, and the Trojans sniffed it out really quickly, knocked the ball out of the quarterback's hands, and recovered the fumble. Again, as I said earlier, Armuchee has not faced a lot of adversity so far this year. The opponents they've played, again, a combined 0-11. So this will be their first taste of adversity, down 7-0. So it'll be interesting to see how they take that adversity on. We'll see if Johnson can take advantage of the win this time. Kick it in the middle of the field and let this ball carry and see if this kickoff team can go do some damage with a big tackle. Ball is blown in play, and we're ready to go. Here's a kick, another big kick. This one's up the middle. This one's going to go all the way into the end zone, almost out of the back of the end zone. So great kick by Johnson there. And that's going to give the Indians the ball at the 20, which is 15 yards worse than they had it last time. So nice kick by Johnson. That's exactly what Coach Gross wanted to see, to use that win to our advantage while we have it and win the field position game. Talked about that defensive line earlier. Walker, Parrish, Daughtry, and Gentry are your 4 defensive linemen, down defensive linemen. Everything else, nope. Looks like we've got Norton in at safety in place of Stoker. Stoker seemed to play safety that last possession, so we'll see. Ball snap, going to be a handoff up the middle. Nice hit there
Handoff comes to number 34.
by number 33, Lane Vaughn. He sniffed that out instantly, and that's going to be a loss of about a yard there. About a half yard, so bringing up, we'll just call it 2nd and 10. Really nice tackle there by Vaughn. Vaughn's one of the strongest players on the team, and you do not want to give him an open run through the middle to hit your running back. They're going to have to put a body on him, or this is going to be painful for him all night. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Looks like a passing down here, but we'll see. Drop back to pass. Nice pressure put on. First initial hit was made by number 34, Harrison Walker, and then number 45, Gabe Daughtry, cleans it up for a sack, and that's a big loss of about 5, bringing up 3rd and 15. Daughtry's having a heck of a game here in the first 2 possessions, so love what I'm seeing from this defensive line of the Trojans. Looks like Armuchee's going to do this again, line up in the trips. Watch a quarterback sneak here up the middle with this quarterback using his legs to try to pick up this 3rd and 15. Ball snap. Going to be offsides on the offense. They're going to back them up another 5, bringing up 3rd and 20 for the Indians. Nothing seems to be going right so far for Armuchee, and if you're a Trojan fan like I am, you are A-okay with that. 8:05 currently left to go here in the first quarter. Trojans lead 7-0. Neither team has used a timeout yet, so both teams still have 3 for this half. They come back still with the trips, but they've also got a wing, so almost like a quad setup at the top of your screen. Ball is snapped. They're going to run a quick screen. It's going to be incomplete. It was actually set up pretty well there, but the back just couldn't catch the ball, and that's going to bring up 4th and about 21 yards. So the Indians are going to be punting from their end zone, and it looks like their do-it-all quarterback, who also returns kicks, is also their punter. It's like Stoker, number 2's back deep to return. Really just needs to catch the ball here to give the Trojans great field position. Don't let it bounce down the field. Ball snapped. Here's the kick. Pretty good kick. It's going to get caught by Stoker right at the 40-yard line. So the Trojans are going to take over again with great field position. They did send some pressure there, but wasn't able to get to the punter before he got a pretty decent kickoff. But nice job there by Stoker, making the fair catch, not allowing that ball to hit the ground and bounce. And so the Trojans take it over for the 2nd time in Armuchee territory. Looks like we're going to go double twins, Stoker and Norton at the bottom of your screen, Garrison and Oliver at the top with Peyton Gross in the backfield with Day still playing quarterback. It's going to be a quick pass out to Stoker. He's going to make a little bit of a cut, pick up about 2 yards there. Let's shout out the offensive line here. We've got number 55, Joe Gillum, number 58, Eli Hasty. Let's see who else we got. Number 53, Griffin Moore, and number 50, Will Slayton. So not a single person currently on the offensive line is a senior. We've also got 57, Jonah Davenport. Again, we're going to fake a pass. We're going to go deep to number 1 down the sideline. He was open. Ball was just slightly overthrown. I think Norton expected to get into a jump ball situation. The corner did a pretty good job in covering. So Norton kind of slowed down just a little bit to put his body against that corner, and the ball was just slightly overthrown. So not a bad play call. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9, though, from the 39-yard line. Trojans are going to line up with trips at the top of your screen. Looks like Garrison, Oliver, Stoker, and at the bottom of your screen is Hurley McAllister. Ball's being snapped. We're going to roll out to the right. Good block there by number 57, Davenport, and a great throw. Number 8 catches it and picks up about 15 yards, but Oliver comes up slow. Bit of a horse collar tackle there, and so Oliver has now hit the ground. Coaches are running out to take a look. Hopefully this is not a knee injury situation, folks. But while the coaches take a look at this, we'll go to commercial break. All right, folks, we're back. Oliver's still down on the turf. I'm not a doctor, certainly don't want to speculate. But looks like they're looking at his ankle. He did try to get up and then went back down. I know number 7, Luke Teeters, is kind of our third corner that rotates in quite a bit, but I see him on the sideline in street clothes, so not sure what the plan is here if Oliver can't go for the remainder of this quarter defensively. He is up, is being helped to walk across, and the crowd are giving him a round of applause. He's not putting any weight on either of his legs here, so not sure where the injury is. But we'll get a look at it here in a few minutes, hopefully give you an update. Looks like number 5, Noah Garrison's going to go in at corner there at the top of your screen. Or no, he's going in at receiver. Sorry, we're on offense. My bad. So we've got twins up top with Garrison and Stoker. You've got Hurley McAllister at the bottom of your screen, and Gross continues to be in the backfield. It's 1st and 10. It's going to be a quick pitch here to Stoker. Good block by number 32, Dalton Russell. Left a really nice lane, and then Stoker delivers a blow at about the 9-yard line for a 1st and goal for your Trojans. Stoker did a nice job. They actually had a man in position to stop Stoker for about a 2-yard loss. He kind of paused and then juked that tackler out. And then number 32, Dalton Russell, blew up a linebacker, which gave Stoker a nice alley to run. And then Stoker put a little bit of punishment on the tackler. Same set this time. Looks like a heavy run to the top of the screen. Gross gets the ball. He's going to take it for about 2 yards, but I think we're going to have an illegal procedure here on the Trojans. I think Gross was leaning just a little bit there.
Indication is illegal motion against the Trojans.
So that's going to make it 1st and goal from about the 14-yard line. Looks like Gross is coming out. Vaughn's going in.
Placed on the 14-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
So with Oliver out currently, looks like Hurley McAllister will be the receiver that kind of takes Oliver's place. We've got twins at the bottom of your screen, and we've got Stoker in motion again. Handoff's going to be to Vaughn. Nice little hole. He's going to get it back to about the 9-yard line, maybe the 10. This will be 2nd and goal from, it looks like they've got it spotted at the 11. So 2nd goal from the 11. So Trojans are going to really need to get something here, or they're going to be at risk of giving up this great field position and maybe having to go for that field goal instead. I know Coach Gross wants touchdowns in this situation for sure. Twins at the bottom of your screen with McAllister and Stoker. Vaughn still in the backfield, and then Noah Garrison one-on-one coverage at the top of your screen. Same exact play, and that is going to be a touchdown for number 33, Lane Vaughn. Love the play design. Coach Campbell puts Stoker in motion. Everybody sees that big receiver going in motion across the field, and eyes start to go that way. And then we just run a power right behind it. Touchdown, Vaughn, and that makes the score 13-0 with 5:26 left to go here in the 1st quarter, pending the extra point. So Johnson's lined up for the extra point. The holder's going to be Braxton Daniel. Snap is down. Kick is up. And kick is good, making it 14-0 Trojans with 5:26 left to go here in the quarter. As our kickoff teams get ready to go here, we'll take you to a commercial.
You know, if you ask most people, they'll tell you that getting a mortgage is a horrible experience, but it doesn't have to be. Here at Payne Mortgage Team, we are reinventing the mortgage experience, and we're going to hold your hand and make sure that you are taken care of the whole way through.
Welcome back, Trojan fans. Trojans have scored 2 touchdowns in their first 2 possessions tonight. Both of those possessions have started in Armuchee territory. The last kickoff by Johnson went almost through the back of the end zone. Let's see if he can do that again. Set the Trojan defense up for another good situation. Johnson goes to kick. Kick is up. That ball is also going to be deep into the end zone. Hits at about 8 yards deep and rolls out of the back of the end zone. So once again, great kick by Johnson. And that's going to bring up 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Armuchee. Trojans winning the field possession game tonight as well as the score. Neither team again has used a timeout. And we've got 5:26 left to go in the quarter. Trojans would really like to get another 7 on the board before the end of this first quarter and then really start to pour it on before halftime. A little early, but Trojans are going to get the ball at halftime as well. We get a look at who's playing corner at the top of the screen. This is going to be, looks like we're going to have a false start by Armuchee. Looks like from a corner perspective, we're going to have number 17, Bryson Johnson. He's going to stay in. Looks like Braden Stoker's now come in to play corner in place of Oliver.
First down 15 from the 15.
All right. 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line for Armuchee. Again, Stoker's down here at corner. Johnson's up top at corner. We've got Norton and Gross safety. Ball snap. This is going to be a handoff. Just a quick power. Big hit by number 21, Parrish, and number 32, Dalton Russell. It's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, at least 1 yard. That's going to bring up 2nd and 16. Not only are the Trojans making tackles, but they are making the backs feel it every time they lay a lick here.
2nd down at 16.
I'm looking down on the sideline to see if I can see number 8, Bryson Oliver, see if he's up and moving around. All right, here comes the play. We'll take a look for him in just a second. We've got twins at the top, single receiver at the bottom. It's going to be a pass. It's going to be a quick out route. Oh, big run there. Going to be a 1st down. Tackle's made. Ooh, and they throw a flag. Looks like the tackle was made out of bounds by Norton. So tackle was made there out of bounds by Norton, but it was a little late. So it looks like they're going to not only pick up the 1st down, but we're going to tack on 15 more. So that'll take Armuchee to a little over midfield, I believe. So it was a nice pass there. Johnson, number 17, went to go make the tackle, didn't break down fast enough, and the receiver was able to evade that tackle, and then Norton had to come from the safety position to drive that receiver out of bounds. And again, may have just held on a little too long as they were 2 or 3 yards out of bounds when he was taken down. Armuchee has not crossed the midfield of the Trojans yet. They're at the 49-yard line. We've got 4:34 remaining in this first quarter. Double twins, twins at top, twins at the bottom. It's going to be a quarterback run just like they ran to start the game. I'll tell you right now, that play was really made by number 4, Daughtry. He saw that play, jumped to the outside, forcing the quarterback into the inside, and Lane Parrish was there to clean that up. So nice play. That's one of those situations where Daughtry's not going to get a stat, but he definitely made that play by jumping to the outside and forcing that quarterback back into his teammate, number 21, Parrish. Got twins at the bottom, tight twins at the top. 2nd and 11. They're going to drop back to pass again. Looks like they're going to try to throw a slant over the middle. No flag. Norton was in coverage there. Ball went up. Norton jumps up to try to make that play. Receiver felt like there was early contact, but no flag was thrown. That's going to bring up 3rd and 11. If you're the Trojans here, you want to do whatever it takes to stop the Indians from crossing over into your territory. They're currently on the 48-yard line A stop here for no gain would keep the ball in the Indians' territory and force them to punt. Again, we've got Stoker in sort of a one-on-one coverage at the bottom of your screen. Ball snap. We're bringing a lot of pressure. They try to throw a quick screen there to the outside. Receiver did not want to catch that ball. And as we hope for, Armuchee stays on their side of the field, bringing up 4th and 11, and they're going to have to punt to Stoker, who's probably going to be standing at about the 25-yard line or the 20-yard line to take this punt. Last time the Trojans tried to put a little pressure. They didn't try to block the Indians. They tried to put some pressure on the punter. This time, let's see if they do a little bit of blocking and see if Stoker can get a return off. Big high kick here. Stoker had to let it hit, but the ball bounced sideways. Trojans are going to take over right at the 31-yard line. It's one of those situations where Stoker was in position to make the catch, but a blocker as well as a tackler had worked their way downfield and were going to be right in the way. So the third possession is upcoming for the Trojans with 3:38 left to go here in the first quarter. Like I said earlier, Trojans would love to get another 7 on the board and finish this quarter up 21-0. Stoker and Norton at the bottom of your screen. Looks like we've got Garrison and I believe Braxton Daniel. Garrison's wide open down the field, but the ball was just overthrown there. I think Day saw his man, got excited. Probably should have put a little bit more air under that and let Noah run under it. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Looks like our backup quarterback, Braxton Daniels, actually playing in the slot in place of Bryson Oliver there at the top of your screen. Ball snap this time, handoff to Gross, who runs it up the middle. Going to pick up about 4 yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 for your Trojans. Looks like the Trojans are trying to go quick here. Double twins. Gross remains in the backfield. And the Trojans are able to get the Armuchee Indians to jump off sides again. Fantastic discipline once again by the Trojans. It's going to bring up 3rd and 1, I believe.
Offside against the Indians.
Oh, and you can see right now the Trojans are running in their power set. Number 34, Walker, number 6, Ross, and number 33, Vaughn come on. 2 receivers as well as Gross come off. If the Trojans don't run that quarterback sneak or a smash mouth football type of play with Vaughn here, I would be shocked. They're basically daring Armuchee to try to stop it. It is a handoff to Vaughn, and he does get stopped. We'll see what the spot is. Looks like they're going to give it to him. That was close. Extremely close. But they give him the first down. Very surprised there. The linebacker came in and tried to tackle Vaughn high. That's typically not going to be very successful. But he also got hit in the legs at the same time and was almost taken down before the first down. It looks like we've got Gross coming back in from a backfield perspective. Rand Garrison and Daniel back on up top. Stoker and Norton, your receivers at the bottom. Ball snaps. Going to be a fake handoff. Going to try to go deep here to Norton, who's open. He makes the catch. And the corner just immediately stops, doesn't even try to make the play. And that's going to be a huge, about almost 60-yard touchdown pass from Day to Norton. If you're the coach of Armuchee, you are extremely frustrated right now. The corner was beat by a step. As soon as Norton caught the ball, the corner just basically ran off the field. Whew, I've never seen that before, folks. Great play there from Stoker and Norton. If I'm not mistaken, take a look. I think that's Norton's 3rd touchdown catch of the season, which will tie him with Stoker. Field goal's up. It's good. Trojans extend the lead 21-0 with 1:52 left to go here in the first quarter. Trying to take a look at my stat sheet and see where we are from a receiving touchdown standpoint. Receiving TDs, Stoker had 3, Norton had 1, so that brings him up to 2 there. Over the past few weeks, Trojans have shown that they can move the ball on the ground as well as on the air. They're operating at about a 70-30 run to pass, so they're certainly going to run the ball more, but they've shown that they can throw the football. And what that's doing is forcing defenses to stay back, and it's really creating lanes for those backs like Gross, Vaughn, and Price to run through. So the Trojans are a little bit delayed there running out for the kickoff. Stadium PA system playing Who's Going to Run This Town Tonight. I think if the first 10 minutes are any indication, it'll be the Trojans running this town tonight. All right, Trojans are lined up again for the kickoff. Johnson's looking to boot this one out of the end zone again. And we are ready to go. Here's the kick. This one's going to be low and have an opportunity for a return, but it bounces off the face of number 9, that quarterback who's the deep returner, and rolls into the end zone. You could see the eyes of the kickoff team turn into saucers. They thought they were going to get to hit somebody there, but that ball just was going a little too fast for number 9 to catch. So Armuchee will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Clock never started running, so still 1:52 left to go here in the first quarter. Armuchee almost got it past midfield last possession, really aided by one good pass and a late hit, so hopefully the Trojans can lock that down here. Got twins at the bottom, single receiver up top. Here's a snap. Quarterback drops back, tries to play one-on-one. Johnson actually does a nice job there. Going to be a catch for about 5 yards, 5.5 yards, and then Johnson closed in on that out route, made a nice tackle. So that's going to bring up 2nd and call it 4.5. Like what I saw there from Johnson, he was kind of in one-on-one. He's playing a little deep, but closed the gap quickly. He's walked up this time. Twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Here's a snap. It's going to be a little power handoff. And again, Daughtry grabs him, holds on to him, and then Vaughn cleans it up. I'm telling you, folks, Daughtry, number 45, has been a machine in this first quarter. The Armuchee offense has really not been able to get anything going because Daughtry is creating havoc in the background. I do see Bryson Oliver on the sideline. He's actually shoulder pads off, and he's got crutches, so I don't think he's going to be back tonight. Looks like the training staff is still taking a look at him, so would not expect to see him back tonight, but prayers that that young man is okay and can get back to us quickly. Got a stack trips look at the top of your screen. Quarterback tries to run it. He gets dropped again. I think I may have said it a few times already tonight, but tackle made by Gabe Daughtry.
Tackle made by number 45, Gabe Daughtry.
Unbelievable, folks. If you ask me right now, I know offense is flashy, but I love what I'm seeing from our 45. That brings up 4th and 2. Surely Armuchee's not going to go for it here. I would expect them. They haven't used a timeout yet. They're actually going to let the clock run out on this first quarter. And folks, that's the end of the first quarter. Your Trojans lead 21-0 and still have all 3 timeouts. When we come back, it'll be 4th and 2, but we'll go to a commercial break here, and we'll see you in a few. All right, everybody. We are back and about ready to start this second quarter. Again, the Trojans lead 21-0. And the Indians have it 4th and 2 from their own 28-yard line. They had their offense out there earlier lined up. I think that was simply just to run the clock out. My guess is they're going to punt here, but they actually initially are lined up like they're not going to punt it. Fortunately for them, their quarterback is actually also their punter. Wouldn't be surprised if they tried to get us to jump off sides here and then potentially do a quick kick. No, they actually go for it, and the Trojans stuff them. They're going to take the ball over at about the 27-yard line. Really gutsy decision made there by the Armuchee coach. I think he was trying to show some faith in his team. I couldn't see who made the tackle, but it doesn't matter at this point. Trojans take over at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10. Folks, this could turn into an absolute bloodbath if the Indians continue to take chances like that. They have a good punter. Understand they're down 21-0, but that's not the place you want to take a risk like that. So we've got twins at the bottom of your screen with Stoker and Norton, twins at the top with Garrison and Daniel, and then we've got, a pass going here to number 4, Daniel. He makes a nice move and picks up about 7 yards. Going to bring up 2nd, and see where they spot it. It's like about 6 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 4. So nice catch there. I believe that's the first catch of the season there for Braxton Daniel. Again, he's been our backup quarterback. Looks like he's playing in place of Oliver here. Looks like Gross stays in the backfield, double twins, top and bottom. Here's a snap. We're going to pass it again. Norton over the middle. Ball's thrown just a little bit behind him, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. I think when you have a 21-point lead after the first quarter, it does afford you a little bit of opportunity to try some different things, throw the ball a little bit more. Historically, that's going to be a spot where the Trojans run the ball. We'll see what they do here. Same setup with Gross in the backfield. They did try to get Armuchee to jump off sides again, and they almost did. But they were able to remain on sides. Looks like we're going to run the ball to Gross here. Hand off to Gross up the middle. He lowers his shoulder. He is out the gate, and that's going to be a 1st down at about the 10-yard line. A nice job there by Gross. Gross is going to come out. We're going to bring those heavies back in. Vaughn, Daughtry, Walker, and Ross all coming in. So 1st and goal Trojans from the 10-yard line. Trojans, they're looking to go up by 28 here before we get too deep into the second quarter. Heavy set at the bottom of your screen. Ooh, almost jumped offside there by Vaughn, but he takes it down. Looks like it's going to be the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Trojans.
Tackle made by number 59, Evan Buffington.
Looks like Vaughn's going to stay in here. And we're going to leave that heavy set in. Murchie's done a decent job when they've seen us in that heavy set. Looks like we're more open on the backside of that heavy set. Looks like the heavy set's going to be at the top of your screen here. Ball snapped. Handoff to Vaughn to the outside. Nobody's going to touch him. He's going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Lane Vaughn, and your Gordon Lee Trojans. And that's going to make the score 27-0 pending an extra point. As I said before the game started, kind of at the top of the broadcast, this Armuchee team is 3-0, but they have not been tested. This is our first game in Region 7A, and the Trojans are looking to dominate and kind of send a message that they're here in this region ready to play. Kick is up. Kick is good, kicking into the wind, and that makes the score 28-0 Trojans with 9:52 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a second here, go to a quick commercial for you, and we'll be right back.
For cold and flu season, you've got to have nutritional essentials. Hi, I'm Amanda Battles for High Five. Your immune system needs a bigger boost than ever before, and High Five delivers. Introducing Immune 5, a potent blend of vitamins and minerals to bolster your immune system. Think you're covered? Check the label. If your immune booster doesn't have all of these ingredients, it's not complete. Immune 5, specially formulated for times like these. Available at Circle K and where all High Five energy products are sold.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back. Trojans are leading 28-0 with 9:52 left to go in the second quarter. Trojans are now kicking into the wind. I would not expect Johnson to be able to kick this one into the end zone, so we should see a return. So let's see if this kickoff return team can do some damage here. They look pretty amped up, so we'll see how it goes. Johnson goes to kick. He kicks this ball, low runner, bounces off the hands of one, and then number 9 picks it up, and he gets smoked by number 18. Believe that's Logan Price. We take him down at about the 11, so good tackle there.
Tackle made by number 18, Logan Price.
Nice job there by the Trojans. Ball's going to be on the Armuchee 11. I think they'd prefer us kick it into the end zone than that.
On the Indian 16-yard line, 1st and 10, Armuchee.
So the Indians take it over 1st and 10 from their own 11. Field position has not been the Indians' friends. Really the only thing they've been able to do tonight is pass a little bit. The run game's been stymied by 45 Daughtry and number 33 Lane Vaughn. We've got twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver up top. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a counter to number 24. He's going to pick up all of about half a yard, and that's going to bring up, I'm going to be generous and say 2nd and 9, or 2nd and 9.
And 1 yard on the play, 2nd down at 9.
So here we go again. Stoker remains in at the bottom of your screen at corner. And he's walked up all in the face of this receiver. This is definitely a passing down for Armuchee. They try to run it again to the outside, and once again, host of Trojans tackle him. Looks like the first person's number 34, Harrison Walker, and then number 32, Dalton Russell. So nice job there by the Trojans with 8:54 left. That brings up 3rd and 9. I'll tell you what, I'd be shocked if we stop them here. If the Armuchee coach tries to go for it from their own 11, he may have a conversation with the administration on Monday, actually on Friday, because it's only Thursday. He doesn't even give them a weekend to cool off, so we'll see how that goes. Trips at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom, almost a bad snap. Quarterback's being chased, and he gets brought down by number 45 again, Gabe Daughtry with the sack, and it's going to be 4th and about 15, 16 yards. Armuchee's going to have to punt this football. And Daughtry is just making his case for player of the game. I'm watching him run off to the sideline, see what kind of reaction he gets from the coaches. He gets high fives from all his teammates. That man is on fire tonight. Looks like Stoker's going to be back to return here. The punt's going to come from the end zone, which will be interesting. Surely they wouldn't even think about faking it here. Here's the punt. This one's going to be returnable if Stoker can get to it. Ball bounces. That's a heck of a punt there. Number 9 from his own end zone. Kicks it deep. It bounces about 10 yards past Stoker. Rolls all the way down to the 27-yard line. So that'll be the worst field position that our Trojans have had tonight. But based on the way they've been moving the football, I would not be too concerned.
First down 10, Trojans from their own 27-yard line.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Trojans. But before we get into that, I want to give a shout-out to another one of our sponsors, Water Sucks. Water's boring until you add some fun to it. Use coupon code ENERGY739 for 20% off all energy drink mixes. Trojans are going to look to pass. Actually, Day had a ton of pressure on him, was getting pushed down the sideline, and we haven't got a signal yet on whether that ball was caught. They're all just staring at each other here. I believe that's your call there, sir. Looks like they're going to have a conversation. A lot of confusion. Looks like they're going to count it as a catch, so great catch. Also looks like the rain's starting to come down, folks, in sheets all of a sudden, so we may see the air game fade here pretty quickly. Got Twins at the bottom, single receiver up top. Stoker is in motion. It's going to be that jet sweep. Stoker beats 3 to the outside, lowers his shoulder. He's going to take this ball for a gain of about 11 yards, and that's going to be a first down for number 2, Stoker. Nice run there on the jet. Wind's been blowing this entire game, but now the rain is coming down. Really the focus here will be on holding on to the football. Wet football gets slippery. Here's a fake jet there. Gross takes the handoff. It's going to pick up about a yard. There was a hole, but there was one guy there who kind of dove at Peyton's feet, slowed him down, forced him to make a cut that slowed down the whole play. So only a gain of 1 there. Going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 45-yard line. Looks like Hurley McAllister's in at receiver, maybe giving Norton a break. Down at the bottom of your screen, you've got McAllister and Stoker. At the top, you've got Garrison. Be another handoff here to Peyton Gross up the middle. He's going to get hit. No gain there, so that's going to bring up 3rd and about 9.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down.
With the rain coming down, it looks like Armuchee's selling out on the run here. May give us an opportunity to pass, but it's going to be tough with that slippery football. We'll see what Day can do. Umbrellas are out all in the stands now. Trojans try to get Armuchee to jump off sides. It's worked several times, but not that time. Gross moves to the right of Day. Here's the snap. It's going to be another handoff to Gross. Running with a ton of power, but really only picks up 3 yards, and that's going to bring up 4th down from about the 48-yard line. We'll see what Gross does here. It's 5 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter, up 28-0. Looks like we're going to run on the punt team.
It's 4th down and 5 for the Trojans.
Looks like number 9, the quarterback, the jack of all trades for the Armuchee Indians, is going to be back to return. Johnson's punting into the wind. Good snap there, good kick. Actually, really good punt considering he was kicking into the wind. Ball's bouncing, and it's going to be down by the Trojans at the 18-yard line. So nice punt against the wind there from Bryson Johnson. It's the first possession our Trojans haven't scored there. Looks like the rain's still coming down pretty heavy. Typically, we would be broadcasting, myself and Ricky be broadcasting from on top of the press box. But we got lucky tonight and were able to come into the press box. So we are dry and warm. But when I look out into the stands, I see folks putting jackets on with this wind blowing. I see a ton of umbrellas out. And I feel bad for them, but I feel great for us. All right, Twins at the bottom, single receiver up top. Receiver goes in motion. Here's a snap. It's going to be a jet sweep to 2. We've got somebody on the outside. And, hey, I don't know if you've heard this name tonight or not, but number 45, Gabe Daughtry, makes the tackle. If you don't know who Gabe is, apparently he is a tackling machine because that's all he's done all night, that and recover fumbles and make sacks. Clock continues to run. We're down to 3 minutes and 58 seconds here. That tackle was made for no gain by Daughtry, so that brings up 2nd and 10. Daughtry's at the bottom of your screen here. If the Indians are smart, they will not come anywhere near this side of the field. And here they go with a quick toss. Actually a pretty sneaky play there. Daughtry actually closed the entire line down. It was the delayed pitch forward. But the tackle was then made by Dalton Russell, who is another one of our big hitters. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 here. Armuchee has not shown that they can gain this type of yardage on the ground. You would think this is a passing down, but they have a fullback in the backfield as well as a running back. Only got single receivers top and bottom. Here's a snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. Almost intercepted there by number 9, Peyton Gross. Quarterback got drilled by number 6, Garrett Ross. That's going to bring up 4th down. And I think the Armuchee coach has decided that going for it from his own side of the field is a bad idea. So it looks like they're going to punt to number 2, Stoker. Clock stopped on that incomplete pass, so 2:56 left to go here in the half. Trojans are looking to get a 2-for-1 here. We get a score and then get the ball back at halftime. 2:56 is plenty of time for the Trojans to move this ball down the field. Here's a kick. It's a high, short kick. Stoker's coming up. He's going to make the catch at about the 50-yard line. There are some flags that have come out, though. Not sure if Stoker called for the fair catch. If he didn't, he probably should have. He caught it right at about the 50. There's a flag laying on the 48, though, so let's see what that call is. I did see one of the Trojans laying down. It's like blocking the back on the Trojans, so would have taken the ball over at about the 46-yard line, but looks like we're going to have to step this off to about the 31. Trojans offense looking to keep things going here. Looks like we're going to have Vaughn in the backfield. Only 9 men on the field for the Trojans right now. Looks like we're short, so let's see what we're going to do here as they step this off. Ball is going to be at the 36-yard line. Must have only been a 10-yard penalty instead of a 15. There is not enough men on the field for the Trojans, I don't think, but let's see. Single receiver top and bottom. Ball snapped. Handoff to Vaughn, trying to work to the outside. Cuts it back in. Keeps his legs driving. Going to pick up about a yard there.
Vaughn carries. Tackle made by number 80, Caleb Fellows.
Trojans just ran 2 more players onto the field, and nobody ran off, which means that I was correct when I thought they had 9 men there on the first play. Knew something didn't look right there. So we're going with Twins at the top and bottom. Vaughn remains in the backfield. 2:12 left to go. Day drops back to pass, throws an out to number 5, Garrison. Garrison does a nice job coming back for the football. And he's going to have a first down for the Trojans at about the 47-yard line. So good job there by Garrison. He's done a really nice job all season, finding the sticks, turning around, catching the ball, and getting these first downs. Setup all remains the same with Vaughn in the backfield. Ball snapped. Handoff to Vaughn. He actually gets hit in the backfield by a couple guys. Looks like he's going to pick up maybe 1 yard here to the 48-yard line, bringing up 2nd and 9.
And 1 yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Inside run game's been slowed down a little bit here. Outside run game has really been successful, so we'll see if the Trojans go back to that or if they want to try to move this ball through the air. Ball snaps, going to be a pass. Hang on, we've got offsides on the defense again. They had a blitzing linebacker, tried to come in, but jumped off sides there. So that'll bring up 2nd and about 3, if I'm not mistaken. Vaughn comes off. Gross goes back on. It's really been a 2-headed monster from a tailback position tonight. Vaughn and Gross back and forth. Historically, we're going to use 3 or 4 backs, but these 2 backs have really been the only option so far tonight. Ball snapped. Trojans are going to pass. Ball gets batted up in the air, but that's incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Defensive lineman knew he couldn't get in there to make a sack, and so stuck his hands up and was able to bat that football down.
It's 3rd down and 3 for the Trojans.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the Trojans. Clock sits at 1:07. And it is pouring down rain. Looks like the Trojan band's going to do their halftime performance in the rain. Sure, it'll be as good as it always is despite the rain. It's going to be an outside handoff to Gross. Easy first down and more. Gross is going to take this one all the way to the end zone. 46-yard touchdown for Peyton Gross. He had 3 last week, and now he has 1 this week. That's going to take the score all the way to 34-0 right before halftime in this pouring rain. Great run there by Gross. Looks like that run really took the spirits out of the Armuchee Indians. Got 56.7 seconds left, so the Trojans will have to kick off and defend a couple plays. Neither the Trojans nor the Indians have used a single timeout so far this half. Johnson's going to be kicking this ball into the wind and rain. Good snap, good hold by Braxton Daniel. Ball is up, and ball is good. So your Trojans take a 35-0 lead before the half. Nice kick there by Johnson. As I was saying before we scored that touchdown, our band is getting ready to perform, and it is pouring down rain. So I know they'll do an excellent job, but I hate that they have to do it in the rain. We'll keep our cameras rolling so you can see the band perform. There will not be commentary during that because you don't want to hear me talk while they're playing. But we'll let you get a good look at that group and spend halftime watching that. We'll come back about 2 minutes before the second half kickoff. Stadium loudspeakers are cranking up the music. Even though our student section's soaking wet, it is full. I see shirtless guys down there. Crazy people. We love it. Last kickoff was the first time Johnson hasn't kicked it into the end zone except for the first kickoff that went out of bounds. And Price got down the field and made the tackle at about the 11-yard line. So let's see if we can do that again. One of our kickoff guys make another big lick. Here's the kick. Ball is bouncing across the ground, takes a big hop, still bouncing, and they're actually going to fall on it at the 12-yard line. So maybe I was wrong earlier when I said the Trojans needed to kick it through the back of the end zone. It seems like if we just bounce it up there, field position is going to be terrible for Armuchee. So they take the ball over at the 13-yard line. 55.5 seconds remain here in the half. A reminder, the Trojans get the football to lead off the second half because they deferred after they won the toss before the game. So painful situation for the Armuchee Indians here. Love to be a fly on the wall in that locker room. Not sure what you say as a coach in that situation. Hopefully he can get his young men to keep putting forth the effort. Looks like we've let Gross take a break. Looks like Braxton Daniels coming in from the rover position, and actually he helps make the tackle from behind. Trying to see who gets up off the pile. Looks like 32 Dalton Russell made the tackle, but also really good job there by number 4 Braxton Daniel on the backside from that rover position, making a play. Armuchee continues to let the clock run. Don't blame them in this situation. 28 seconds left. If I'm them, I don't even run a play, to be honest with you. There's still 25 seconds left to go on the play clock. Looks like they're going to run a play, though. Handoff up the middle. Big hit made by number 4, Braxton Daniel. So he came in, got an opportunity, and decided to lay a lick. Nice job there by Daniel. And I believe Armuchee's going to let the clock run out. And that'll bring us to halftime. Your Trojans leading 35-0. Folks, please stay and watch our band, and we'll be back about 2 minutes before kickoff. All right, everybody. I apologize. Our band was not able to come out because it continued to pour down rain to the point where they couldn't get their woodwinds out, or there would have been some damage there. So apologize for that. Did talk to several of the band leaders, and they said they will put on an extra special show at our next home game to make sure they make up for not being able to play tonight. Before we get into the second half, I want to shout out one of our sponsors. I talked a little bit about it earlier, but Water Sucks has a new flavor, Malibu Breeze energy drink mix, which is refreshing and invigorating and designed to boost your energy and support overall wellness. It's got ingredients like vitamin D, potassium, vitamin C, vitamin B6 and B12, also zinc, and then 120 milligrams of natural caffeine. So if you are interested in getting off of the coffee but still getting that boost of energy, take a look at Water Sucks, S-U-X. I was talking to Ricky up here during halftime. I was actually in L.A. this week for work. Was not supposed to come back until early Friday morning. I'd set my flight so I could be here for the Friday night game. Was sitting by my boss in a meeting, got the message that the game had been moved up, and so I actually flew all throughout the night last night and got back in town at 9 a.m. In order to make sure we were able to broadcast this game for you all. So, you know my love for the Trojans. Hopefully you all love them as much as I do. We're about 125 away from the kickoff of the second half, and as I said earlier, the Trojans are going to get the ball and see what they can do up 35-0. I would expect with this weather for Coach Gross to get a few of our backups in, particularly on offense, in order to see what they can do. May see Braxton Daniel come in at quarterback, may see Logan Price in at the running back position. Some of our younger linemen may get an opportunity to come in. Dylan Curry at the running back position. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what Coach Gross has planned here. I do like the energy level I'm seeing from the Armuchee Indians across the field. Hopefully the coach was able to get them fired up and get a little bit more energy into them here before the second half. Not sure if you all can hear it or not, but a little Dixieland Delight was playing throughout the stadium. Fans were dancing a little bit on this beautiful Thursday night. And by beautiful, I mean soaking wet and windy. But it's beautiful up here in the press box. I'm as dry as can be. So it looks like we're going to go with our traditional return team. They haven't had an opportunity to actually be on the field yet tonight. So looks like we'll go with our first group here from a return perspective. I'll tell you, I've seen a big change from these Trojans over the past couple games. If you go back to the Lafayette game, really had some opportunities from a discipline perspective. I know Coach Gross and the coaching staff went to work during the off week, getting this team to understand the talent level that they have and what's required of them. And we've seen some incredible discipline from this team ever since. Again, they had Lafayette jump off sides 5 or 6 times. No, probably 10 times. They've already had Armuchee jump off sides 4 or 5 times tonight. I believe we only have 1 penalty so far on the Trojans, which was a big tackle on the sideline. Just a little late there. So it looks like number 21 is going to kick off for the Indians. Stoker's back deep. Looks like you've got Curry and Gross kind of in your up back spot, and that lead blocker is going to be Vaughn. Kick's going to go high. It's going to be caught by Stoker. He's got it across the 20. Big hit. Takes it to about the 30-yard line. So the Trojans are going to get good position. Looks like we are going to make some changes. Looks like Day's going to stay in the quarterback position. But from what I can see lineman-wise, let's see what we've got here. Looks like we've got an injured Armuchee player. So give me a minute here. I'll tell you about the lineman we've got coming in. Looks like number 55, Joe Gillum's going to be in. Looks like 58, Eli Hasty, who was in earlier. Let's see who else. Looks like you're going to have Logan Price in the backfield. Day's going to be playing quarterback. We'll wait as they attend to the injured player on the sideline. Have not gotten an update on Bryson Oliver, but did see him on crutches earlier, so prayers go out to him for a quick recovery from whatever's going on there. Same thing for this player on the sideline for Armuchee. Not sure what they're looking at. They're across the far side of the field, but praying that he's okay. Oh, looks like this is a pretty serious situation. Looks like they're calling for the cart, if not the ambulance. So we'll see here. Looks like they are opening the gates. We'll take a minute here as we wait. Just say a quick prayer for this young man that everything's okay. Clearly, we all love football, but the health and safety of these young men come before everything else. Haven't seen any movement from our ambulance yet, so not sure what the plan is here. Again, can't tell what's going on, but the Indians are over there taking a knee, saying a prayer for this young man. Trying to watch the replay there. Looks like he came up as an up back and took a pretty big hit. Didn't see anything from a knee or leg perspective. But it does look like he just took a pretty big hit. So hopefully, worst case scenario, we're talking about a concussion, but we'll see here in a minute. They are now officially bringing the ambulance out. I see it backing up, so we are going to be in a delay here for a few minutes. But again, folks, if you're the praying type, please say a prayer for this young man. It's definitely not something that we want to see in this situation. Looks like the Trojans are now huddling up here to say a prayer. I'll just take a minute and say one with them. Dear Lord, we just ask that you please put your hand of protection over this young man. Help heal his body, dear God. Please look over his family as they take care of him. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. It's times like this when you are reminded of we take these games really seriously, but there are times where obviously things are certainly more important than a football game. So they do have the ambulance out on the field. Looks like they'll be pulling out a back brace. Football clearly is a fun game to watch, but there's always a risk of injury, whenever you play, and I think these young men all understand that. But it's still hard when you see someone go down. So I've got the back brace and the stretcher out here. Fans on both sides are just waiting to see some motion from the player. Just watching the replay there, really hoping this is just a concussion type situation that they're treating with abundance of caution. Medical staff and trainers are still down there working on this young man. You can hear a pin drop in the stadium. Very quiet. Both teams remain on a knee, as well as the cheerleaders on both sides. Still not a lot of movement down there. It looks like they are currently working to strap this young man to the backboard. Looks like they've got him up now. Going to put him on the stretcher. Hoping to see a thumbs up or something from him before they put him into the ambulance. The player is up on the stretcher. Both fan bases and players are on their feet, clapping for the player. Looks like they've got him stabilized. But again, not a doctor, have no idea what's going on with this young man, but just will ask that everybody continue to pray for him. As it looks like he's going to head to the hospital and get checked out. We only made it 18 seconds into the second half here before this happened. Both teams will probably need to, looks like the coaches have the Trojans stretching again, getting them ready since they've spent the last several minutes. See Coach Gross talking with the officials. They may be talking about going with a running clock for the remainder of the game here. Give you more info on that here shortly. Like I said, we still have 11:42 left to go here in the third quarter. Trojans lead 35-0 as the ambulance drives off here. Both fan bases again up, cheering, clapping.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will be a 5-minute warm-up period for both teams.
Looks like that's what the signal was. I don't think we'll have a running clock just yet, but there is going to be a 5-minute warm-up period for both these teams to get stretched out after kind of sitting there for a few minutes during that. While we're waiting on these teams to get stretched out, do want to give a shout out to Maddie Hayworth on our volleyball team. We played at Dalton Academy today, and Maddie served a shutout set for a 25-0 win. I believe the Lady Trojans won both of those games today. So shout out to Maddie. Nice work there, Maddie, and really big win there for our Lady Trojan volleyball team. Have not seen an update on have you seen an update on the softball game yet, Ricky? We'll take a look, try to see if that game was even able to be finished or not. Take a look and see how the softball team did today. No games were getting moved up all across Northwest Georgia and Chattanooga. Friday games moved to Thursday, so we'll try to get some updates there as we watch the teams warm up. Looks like the Trojans won 10-4. Looks like Gracie Helton had 3 hits and 4 at-bats as they defeated the Riverdale Ridge Varsity Ravens. So big shout out there to the Lady Trojans softball team. Just kind of looking at game changer. Obviously Helton had 4 hits. Let's see what else we see here. Trojans actually had 13 total hits. Looks like one of the Wilson sisters went 4 for 4 at the plate. Miss Chambers had 2 hits. And then Kaylee Custer stole 2 bases. So really nice day there for your Lady Trojans. Let me see here. It's like Lainey Wilson's the one who went 4 for 4. So shout out to Lainey there, 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Gracie Helton, 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. So really good good job there by the ladies. Let's see who pitched. It's like Abby Logan pitched 6.1 innings. Gave up 3 earned runs, and then Lainey Wilson, looks like she finished the game out with a strikeout and no earned runs. So nice job there, Lady Trojans. Looks like Coach is gathering up their teams, having a little chat about staying focused for the remainder of this game. Shout out to Miss Claudia Jones. She's keeping me in line. She heard me ask if the Lady Trojans won. She texted me, let me know that they did. Fortunately, the brains behind this operation, Mr. Ricky Millard, had the game changer so I could get the stats. So I'm just the pretty face of this operation. Ricky's the one who's the muscle. Just kidding about that pretty face thing.
It'll be first down 10. Trojans,
All right.
so they're on 31-yard line.
Looks like we're going to get cranked up here again. Looks like we're going to have Braxton Daniel go in at quarterback, Logan Price at running back. Still got Noah Garrison in at receiver at the bottom of your screen. We'll try to get a look at the offensive line here in a minute. See what the Trojans have in store here. It's going to be a handoff to Price. He's going to kick it to the outside, and he has got a big lane. Going to pick up a little over 20 yards there. So nice run there by Price. Looked like it was supposed to be a lead. Hole collapsed. Price kicked it to the outside and takes the ball across midfield all the way to the 49. So one play in our own territory, and we're already over into Armuchee territory. Looks like we got Harrison Walker, that beef set up top. Harrison Walker and Garrett Ross up top. It's going to be a handoff to Price on the outside. He's following his blockers, cuts it up. Pickup of about 7 before he's tackled. He takes the ball all the way down to the 44-yard line. Looks like Price is going to come out. Dylan Curry's going to come in for this second down. So another good job running there. Great blocking. So the Trojans are running the ball, keeping this clock running. 10:32 left to go here in the third quarter. So we're going that single receiver set at the bottom of your screen with Noah Garrison. Again, Braxton Daniel at quarterback, Dylan Curry at running back. Here's the snap. Handoff to Curry. He runs headlong into traffic, picks up about 6 yards there. So, again, nice run there by Curry. Looks like number 32, Dalton Russell's going to come in as a lead blocker. He's going to pull out number 34, Harrison Walker. So we've got a first down all the way down to the 38-yard line, 37-yard line. So the Trojans continue to move the ball despite having several backups in here. We get a better look at this offensive line. I see 50 Will Slayton. We'll try to get a better look at it here in a minute. Again, Curry in the backfield. That power set at the bottom of your screen. Handoff to Curry. He smashes it right up the middle. Power run there. Pick up a 5 yards. Strong run in there by Curry. Really nice job there. Dylan keeping those legs churning. He's picked up about 11 yards on those 2 carries. So nice job there. Bringing up second and about 6. Down to 9 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. You've got this really tight, heavy set at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be an outside run to Curry. He's got blocking in front of him. Nice run there by Curry. That's going to be enough for the first down. Gets it all the way down to the 22. Nice run there by Curry. Nice block. And looks like Curry's coming out. Price is coming back in. So nice 1-2 combination from these 2 sophomores. Really good blocking from an offensive line and back perspective. Looks like Garrison will stay in, but he's moving to the top of your screen at receiver. Looks like we're going to go with that heavy set of Russell and Ross at the top of your screen. Price in the backfield. Here's a handoff. Price following his blockers. Gets a nice run. Takes him all the way down for about 7 yards. That's going to bring up second and about 4. 6-yard gain there. Brings up second and 4. Looks like Ross, number 6, is going to come out. Harrison Walker, number 34, is going to come back into that power set. And I would expect the Trojans just to continue to run this ball with 7:47 left to go here in the third quarter. Price remains in the backfield. Noah Garrison up at the top of your screen. Here's a snap. Handoff to Price. He finds a hole up the middle, and he is going to take it to the end zone for his first varsity touchdown there. Nice run there by Price. Good blocking all the way around, and that's going to make the score 41-0 Trojans, pending the extra point here. Armuchee just did not have an answer for any of those run plays there. Whether we went outside or inside, backs were just finding running room. Curry smashing it up the middle, driving his legs. Price finding some holes on the outside after breaking through that first layer of defenders. And that combination just ran it right down the field. Here's a snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. And that's going to make the score 42-0 Trojans with 7 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the quarter. We're going to take you guys here to a quick commercial break. All right, everybody, we are back. I'm going to be honest with you folks. The Trojans have made that overnight flight from L.A. worth every bit of sleep that I did not get last night. Up 42-0 with 7:09 left to go here in the third quarter. Trojans have looked outstanding. Armuchee has had no answers. The wind has calmed down a little bit. You can still see the flag blowing in the face of our kicker, but not nearly like it was before the game started. Rain has seemed to stop here. Looks like we're running in a couple backups as well here on kickoff. Looks like freshman number 80, Levi Mitchell, just came onto the field. Looks like we've got number 31, junior Carson Walker, on the field as well. So we'll see if one of these young men can make a play here. Here comes the kick. Another low liner bouncing around. It does get picked up a little bit better this time. Hits made at about the 32-yard line. So that'll be the best field position that Armuchee's had all night. They've really struggled with those squib kicks, not being able to pick them up. Their back was able to pick it up without trouble that time and get ahead of steam. But nice tackle there by number 6, Garrett Ross. I think number 4, Braxton Daniel, was in on that play as well. See what we're doing defensively. Looks like we are going to do some different stuff here. Looks like Noah Garrison's going to play corner down here at the bottom of our screen. Looks like we still got number 11, Hurley McAllister, in. From a safety perspective, looks like we've got in number 19, Garrett Gass, playing safety. So here's a snap. It's going to be a throw to the outside. Receiver, it looks like the quarterback expected this receiver to break it off at about 6 yards. Receiver broke it off at about 9 yards, and the pass just fell harmlessly to the ground. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line.
Second down and 10 for the Indians.
So it looks like Indians are going to have a twin set at the bottom of your screen. Looks like a two-back set behind the quarterback. Looks like these two receivers are all the way to the sideline. Our corner's not falling for that. It's going to be a handoff. Number 45, if you haven't heard his number or name tonight, you have not been paying attention. Makes another big tackle for a 3-yard loss in the backfield. And for my money, Gabe Daughtery has earned the player of the game from my perspective. We'll see how that turns out, but been very impressed with this young man. He is wreaking havoc in the backfield tonight. Also had a couple sacks. He's had a fumble, a forced fumble, as well as a fumble recovery. Best game I've seen him play. Looks like we're going to have trips down here at the bottom of your screen for 3rd and 13. No back in the backfield, so kind of an empty set here aside from the wing. Definitely a passing down. Quarterback drops back. He's trying to go deep against number 17. Is going to get a pass interference call on number 17, Bryson Johnson. Both guys had their hands on one another, but they're going to get that call every time when the corner puts their hands up high on that receiver. One of the things that I know the coaches teach these young men is when you're running with that receiver, keep your hand on them low around the hip. Hands got up a little high there. That's generally always going to get called. Looks like Armuchee's got another person down. Doesn't look serious. Potentially a cramp for number 68. He keeps sitting up and then going back down, so he may have a cramp currently. Looks like he's getting helped up here and limping off a little bit. So official timeout as that young man gets off the field. But Armuchee gets a first down and gets it all the way to the 45-yard line. So they have not stepped foot across into Trojan territory so far tonight. But this is their best opportunity, 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line. Again, Trojans have a mix of backups and starters in. Number 19, Garrett Gass is a senior playing safety. Number 4, Braxton Daniel playing safety. Number 5, Noah Garrison at the bottom of our screen as well. Looks like linebackers are still Dalton Russell as well as Lane Vaughn. Quarterback's being chased, does make a throw, but that's going to fall harmlessly incomplete. Number 45, Daughtery, was chasing the quarterback, trying to get his 3rd sack of the night. Couldn't quite get there, but forced that incomplete pass, bringing up 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. So I'll tell you right now, for anybody who watches the Georgia games, you know how Kirby is about not wanting to let their opponent score at all. Same thing, I think, here from Gross. Big hit right there from number 34, Harrison Walker. Tried to run a quarterback draw. Walker sniffed it out and laid the wood to number 9. Number 9's clearly a solid athlete for Armuchee, but just can't do it all by himself. He is the quarterback. He's running the ball. He's been a kickoff returner, also the punter. Difficult situation for that young man to be in. Looks like we're going to go trips here on 3rd and 15 at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver up top. They're probably going to try to go to that top receiver again, but they actually run a nice screen. Actually had some excellent blocking, but the back just turned around to try to run before he caught the ball. Dropped it, and that's going to be 4th down and about 15. Let's call it 14 from the 41. And number 9's going to drop back to punt. His legs have got to be exhausted from all the running and punting tonight. He's been running for his life at the quarterback position, and then this is probably his 5th or 6th punt already tonight. Probably they should have another punt, but they tried to go for it from deep in their own territory in the first quarter, and the Trojans stopped them. Looks like Dylan Curry's actually going to be back to return this instead of Braden Stoker. Here's the punt. Ball is up. Basically gets kicked directly out of bounds. So Curry had no opportunity to catch that football. So Trojans are going to take over at the 27-yard line. And actually see some more youngsters coming in. Looks like from a receiver perspective, we're going to have number 82, Trick Jones, in at the bottom. At the top, What number is that up top? Is that number 15? Looks like Connor Jenkins, who's a freshman. Looks like Logan Price is going to be in the backfield again. Looks like 14, Caden Ellis is going to be in as well at that H-back position. So we'll see if we can get some blocking going on. Looks like number 60, Conrad Leichman's moved into center. So we'll see what the Trojans can do here with much of their JV. Price got hit, did a pretty nice job running the ball, picks up about 1.5 yards. Tough sledding there. Let's see what all offensive linemen we've got on the field. So I said 60, Conrad Leichman. Looks like we've got 54, Will Chambers, who's also a freshman in the game. I'll try to pick up some more numbers here in just a second. Love seeing these young guys get some opportunity. 2nd and 8 here. Another handoff to Price. He gets cut down. Loss of 1 yard there.
Tackle made by Jackson.
Really nowhere to go there, so he comes off. Looks like Curry comes in. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Number 66 is also in. That's Joshua Murtaugh. And number 67, who is Peyton Evelyn. So it looks like we've got all backups across the entire field. Let's see if these Trojans can move the ball. It's 3rd and 10. It's going to be a handoff to Curry. Again, Curry with that power run game. Going to pick up about 5, bring up 4th and 5, but I would expect the Trojans to punt, but only 13 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, so I would imagine they're going to let the quarter expire before they punt. This will only be the Trojans' 2nd punt of the night. That's exactly what Gross does. That's the end of the quarter. You'll see the 4 fingers come up from all of the Trojans. And we will get our camera reset and take you to another commercial.
You know, if you ask most people, they'll tell you that getting a mortgage is a horrible experience, but it doesn't have to be. Here at Payne Mortgage Team, we are reinventing the mortgage experience, and we're going to hold your hand and make sure that you are taken care of the whole way through.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back and about to start the 4th quarter. We are flipping ends of the field, so I would expect the Trojans to punt here, and we're going to get to punt with the wind here on 4th and 5. Looks like we are going to punt here. Looks like we're putting in our standard punt team. I doubt the Trojans have had a lot of time to work on kind of a backup JV-style punt team because they don't typically punt or kick off in those JV games. They do have 11 on the field. Johnson's going to stand at about the 16-yard line to punt this ball. Again, he's punting it to number 9, who's going to stand somewhere about the 35-yard line. Let's see if the Trojans can get down there and stop him before he crosses midfield. Again, Armuchee has not crossed midfield this entire game. Don't want him to start here in the 4th quarter. Good snap. Johnson punts the ball. This is a great punt. It's going to go all the way back to the 15, and he's going to be run out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. He caught it about the 20, not the 15. Picks up 9 yards, so nice job there. Good punt. So Trojans still have a great opportunity to stop Armuchee from getting it across the 50. Does look like we're putting in a ton of subs here from a defensive standpoint. Let's see. Looks like we've got Dylan Curry at corner at the top. Looks like we've got Bryson Johnson at the bottom. Looks like our safeties remain number 19, Garrett Gass, but it also looks like we have another young safety in. Looks like Logan Price is playing outside linebacker. It is going to be a pass. Ball's flipped out. It's caught. Back, steps out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. I think that's going to end up being a 1st down here for Armuchee. Good tackle there by Braxton. That was a rollout, nice pass. Let's try to get some of these defensive lineman numbers out there. Looks like number 66, Joshua Murtaugh's out there. Looks like we've got number 14, Caden Ellis. 64, Sean Harms Benefold. Looks like at linebacker, we've got number 30, Lucas Ackman. Here's a handoff. Tackle by Price there. Stuck in the hole for about a 1-yard gain. So nice tackle there by 18, Price. Lucas Altman's a freshman, number 30, playing middle linebacker, it looks like.
Gain of 1 yard on the play to be second down and 9.
Sounds like from the stadium perspective, number 14, Caden Ellis, was also in on that tackle. So nice work there by the Trojans. Brings up second and 9. We've got twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. I'd expect pass here. Does drop back, throws a quick out route. Good coverage there by number 3, Easton Yates. Really nowhere for that quarterback to throw it. He tried to lead his receiver. Nothing there, so it's going to bring up third and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, the concession stand is telling us they are selling whole pizzas for $8. Be sure and
Announcement just made over the loudspeaker. If you're at home and hungry, come to the stadium. Whole pizzas are being sold for $8 here, Domino's Pizzas. So you can't find that everywhere. So if you're hungry, right out to the stadium, get you a pizza. Third and 9 here for Armuchee. Again, a passing down. Drop back. Looks like he's going to try to go deep here. He is flushed out of the pocket. Does make a throw, but over the head of his receiver. Nice coverage there by number 18, Logan Price. Quarterback tried to hit number 2, but again, coverage from the secondary as well as the linebackers have been phenomenal. That's going to bring up fourth down and about 9. And it looks like Armuchee's going to punt. Looks like Dylan Curry's going to go back and try to get an opportunity to return a punt again here. Clock continues to run. 8:38 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The score is 42-0 Trojans. Curry standing on about the 26-yard line awaiting this punt. Punt was almost blocked, so it's an extremely short punt. Does take a good bounce for Armuchee. Trojans need to get away from that football. Ball's going to be downed at about the 27-yard line. The Trojans will take over with 8 minutes and 11 seconds, and it looks like the clock is going to continue to run for the remainder of this game. Again, in stadium, announcement coming out. Entire pizza's $8, folks. If you're hungry, go get a pizza. Somebody give those girls $8 so they can buy a pizza. All right, Trojan offense coming onto the field. Looks like we're going with that same kind of backup group. Daniel at quarterback, Logan Price at running back. Ball snapped. Handoff to, nope, not a handoff. It's going to be a keeper by the quarterback. Daniel's doing a nice job evading tackles. Really nice run. Should have been a loss of about 6. Picks up about 6 instead. Heck of a run there by Daniel. I was completely fooled. Thought Price had the football. Daniel kept it. Didn't fool the defense, but they just couldn't bring him down. So really nice run there by number 4, Daniel. We've seen that in some of the JV games last year. Daniel as well as number 7, Luke Teeters, very slippery from the quarterback position. So that's going to bring up second and about 4. Trojans are trying to do a little trickeration here as the offensive line is on the job learning here. Here's a snap, handoff to Price. He bounces it outside. He's going to get grabbed, though, and he's going to lose about a yard on that.
Logan Price carries. Met first by number 3, Evan Hayes.
So that's going to bring up third and about 5. Price lost about a yard there, just nowhere to go as he tried to get outside.
2 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 5.
So it brings up third down and 5 here. Clock continues to run. 6 minutes and 13 seconds remain. Curry in the backfield. Ball snapped. Hand off to Curry up the middle. He does a nice job following his blocker. Slips right through for a first down.
Dylan Curry carries.
He takes it all the way down to the 43-yard line. Heck of a run there by Curry. Followed his lead blocker with that H-back out of the backfield. Just put his hand on his back and ran right up the middle. So nice job. Trojans continue to run the ball and run the clock. 5 minutes and 38 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter. Here's a snap to Curry. Again, nice run up the middle. Keeps his legs grinding. Pickup of about 8 yards there.
Tackled by Hayden Phillips.
So it looks like Curry, after those 2 nice runs, is coming out. Price is coming back in. Looks like the Trojans have opened up a little bit in the middle here for those backs who churn their legs. So we'll see if we can continue that trend going. Nice play there by the Trojans. That's going to get a first down. They were able to, even the backups, able to remain disciplined there, get Armuchee to jump off sides. It's going to be first down Trojans past the 50-yard line. They're going to take it all the way down to the 47-yard line. Let's see from a receiver standpoint. We've got 82 Trip Jones at the bottom of your screen. Believe we've got, is that 25 up top? I can't see the number of the receiver up top. I'll get that in a minute. Another keeper by Braxton Daniel. He takes the hit and just keeps on running. It's going to be a pickup again of about 6 yards. It's a nice run there by Braxton. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5 there. Those quarterback keepers really help to open things up as well, because then now defenders don't know where the ball's at. Looks like we've got twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. Price remains in the backfield. Ball snapped. Handoff here to Price up the middle. He lowers his shoulder. Pickup of about 1.5 yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 here for the Trojans. Trojans are in probably 2-down territory. Clock continues to run. 3 minutes and 53 seconds remain. Price in the backfield. Twins up top. Single receiver at the bottom. Trojans tried to get him to jump off sides there. Good job again remaining disciplined. Here's the snap. Handoff to Price up the middle. He lowers his shoulder. He's going to take that across for a first down. So pickup there of about 6 yards for Price. Kind of that power run. Price is going to come out. Dylan Curry's coming in. So kind of that 2-back set. Gross and Vaughn, kind of the same concept we have going here with Price and Curry. I'm trying to pick up the receivers' numbers at the top of the screen. I'll get those here in just a second. Handoff to Curry. He does get hit in the backfield. Probably going to be loss of about 0.5 yard there. Looks like the receivers at the top of your screen are number 19, Garrett Gass, and number 84, Eli Peak. Clock continues to run down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Dylan Curry remains in the backfield. Braxton's going to keep this one on a quarterback keeper. He's going to get a first down and then some. Nice run all the way down to the 18-yard line for number 4, Braxton Daniels. Heck of a run there.
Tackle made by Caleb Fellows.
Looks like number 31's coming in. Number 14, Caden Ellis coming off. Number 31, Carson Walker coming in. Looks like we've got a timeout.
Penalty flag on the play.
Wait a minute. Nope, not a timeout. Some type of penalty flag. They're going to talk, but the clock actually did stop here. So 1:57 seconds left. Looks like a personal foul against Armuchee. That's going to take the ball probably half the distance and put us within the red zone.
Penalty is against the Indians' unsportsmanlike conduct.
So this moves the football all the way down to the 9-yard line, bringing up 1st and goal for your Trojans. Lineman's going to be number 60, Conrad Leichman. 64, Sean Harms Benefold. Number 75's come in, which is Jared Kazai, a sophomore. Looks like from a backfield perspective, we're in more of a ball was never snapped. What happened there?
Penalty flag on the play.
Going to be a false start. Trojans went into a victory formation. Looks like they have no intentions of trying to score here with the clock running. But ball was never snapped there, so looked like a little bit of confusion. Looks like the Trojans are trying to just take a knee here. The victory formation. Ball snapped. Daniel takes a knee. 1:43 remaining on the clock. The Trojans will just let this clock run. They'll have to take a knee one more time before this game is over.
Also 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
The clock continues to run down to 1:25. It's 2nd down and 12 for the Trojans. They don't have to snap the ball till about 50 seconds remaining, so they're going to hold and wait. They'll take this knee, and that should be all she wrote, but we'll see how fast it takes them to reset the clock after the Trojans take a knee. Play clock's down to 16 seconds. Game clock's down to a minute. Braxton gets the line down with 7 seconds remaining. Here's the snap. And a knee taken with 45 seconds left in the game. Play clock is reset, 40 seconds. Trojans won't have to snap the ball again, and that will be the end of the ball game. Your Trojans come out victorious 42-0 against these Armuchee Indians to go 1-0 in their first game from a region play perspective. Again, prayers for the young man from Armuchee who left the game in an ambulance. Hope he's doing okay. And prayers for his healing as well as for strength for his family. Again, shout out to Trojan Nation. Thanks for watching. Myself, Brent Price, and Ricky Millard really appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful evening, and we will see you all next week, the away game against Christian Heritage there in Dalton. This is Brent signing off. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen,